American Jiu-Jitsu. OSensei Joe here with Shihan, Kathy, and Billy. Today we're doing a video on defense against a person coming at you with a club or a long weapon attack. We've been making these videos throughout the whole pandemic, and the first set of videos we made from white belt all the way to 4th degree black belt were more videotapes that were reviewed for people that are within the American Jiu-Jitsu system. We decided to go backwards a little bit and run through the system somewhat more detailed so anybody watching these videos could adapt and understand the teaching principles of American Jiu-Jitsu. Like I said, today we're going to be working on defense against the club. Remember, American Jiu-Jitsu LI. It's our YouTube page, it's our Facebook group page, and it's also our Gmail account. AJJ Centers is our website, which will give you all the virtual codes for our Zoom training, which we have pretty much Monday through Saturday, and even on Sunday. So you go to the website, you'll find the codes out, and you can email me at American Jiu-Jitsu LI and get the password, or ask another student, and I'm sure they would give it up to you. Okay? Main thing now is we're looking for a target date within the next couple of weeks to reopen up the dojo. So these tapes will continue until we reopen up, and then you'll have a library both on YouTube as well as Facebook group page. So I want to thank Shihan, Kathy, Billy for always being here to support and work on these techniques with me, because it allows you to see two people working together, which we have practiced social distancing from the very beginning. But at the same time, we want you to be able to see me not just doing it by myself, but me having two people to see an actual combative situation. So when it comes to a club, we teach this at the purple belt level. What you always got to remember is when a person attacks us with a weapon or a punch or a club, our natural instinct is to move back. And that's our natural instinct. And believe it or not, that's what the person attacking you expects you to do. So by learning and developing your confidence to move in on a person, they don't expect you to do that. Now, sometimes people say, well, what if you can't get in? Well, then you do something different. We're talking about here, first developing that confidence, or developing your muscle memory to instinctively move in on something. Remember something, we are untrained, but instinctively trained to react typically the wrong way to things that we're not trained with, if that makes any sense. So when you take martial arts like American Jiu-Jitsu, we're retraining your brain to instinctively move to something. You know, when you look at a law enforcement or fire department, they move towards something. We run away from something. That's because they're trained to move towards something. If they didn't, it'll be a disaster. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're trying to restructure your muscle memory to move in before that apex breaks, okay? So we're gonna move in as soon as we see that swing occurring. If we can't move in, we do have an alternative plan, but that's not what we're talking about today. So what we've learned to build up to this is a technique called Tazabaki. It's where we move to the corner, and we can move to any one of the front corners, the left front corner, the right front corner, the left rear corner, the right rear corner. We're gonna use this and move in on the person. On the number one attack, we're gonna come in with that Tazabaki, blocking with both hands, and we're gonna block, secure, and hit. And the reason why that's so important is because you wanna cancel out the ability for them to use the non-weapon hand. So we block, grab, hit, and on the first technique, we're gonna add that atemi to drive that person back and take him down with an osotogeri, or what's known as a leg sweep. So Shihan, and Kathy, and Billy are gonna demonstrate it for you so you can see this technique. So as he throws the punch, he comes in with the tazi, block, grab, hit from here, uses that atemi, takes her off balance, sweeps her, and then finishes off. Notice before he leaves, he takes the weapon, can strike her with the weapon if he chose to, or just step back, create distance, and hold the person at bay. All right, we'll go through these one more time in the end, but that's what we're gonna do for now. And now the next one, this one could be here. The person attacks at the head, Shihan and Billy ducks, and they come back to backhand me. So that's where this can come from, okay? And now from here, he's gonna stay to the outside. He's gonna block with that same double block. He's gonna use that Tazabaki, but now he's gonna move around back away from the free hand, so he's away from the free hand, and use a technique that we refer to as a hiji-kimai, or an arm bar across the body. So if he was swinging the first time, one and then go back to two, he ducks from here, and she comes back, boom, there's your technique, and right there. Let's just take it from the number two swing, so this way it's a little bit simpler for you to walk. So from here, as she swings two, he blocks, he back fists, and here breaks the arm. So always remember that you wanna block, grab, strike. Block, grab, strike. We also have another rule of thumb that when a person has a stick in their right hand we go with the Tazabaki to the opposite shoulder. Okay, so we instinctively are drawn to that left shoulder. Even though he went around back, he's still drawn to that left shoulder. Okay, so when a person has a stick, we always take the right leg. If the stick is in the right hand, the right leg we move in. The right leg we move in. The next ones are all gonna be right leg moving in. It's a little different with a knife, but with a stick, we look for simplicity. So when the person has a stick in the right hand, we move with the right leg in, and we use our Tazabaki. On number 3, which is the low version of 1, it's the same thing. We're gonna move in, block, grab, and hit, but now because the hand is low, we're gonna go for that arm bar. We have that arm bar, and then after we apply the arm bar, we're gonna roll for an off balance and take the person down with that Soto Geri. So from here, he comes in, right leg, block, grab, hit. From here, he puts the arm bar, rolls, takes her off balance, sweeps her, and finishes her right off. Boom. Okay, there's your strike, and there's your finish off. With number 4, it's a low version of 2. He's gonna block, grab, hit, and break the arm over the shoulder. So watch again what happens from here. He blocks, grabs, hits, breaks the arm. Now he sees his second attacker, so he's gonna come underneath to a reverse kotegaeshi, and from here he can extend her arm and put her right down with that Soto Geri, with that kotegaeshi. All right, reverse kotegaeshi actually. Now, the last technique is the person's poking at us with a jam, and again, we're gonna take that right leg, move to the inside, block, grab, and hit, but this time we're gonna come underneath, not the only technique available, but we're gonna come underneath, do what they call a half turn, and I'll talk you through that as well. So from here, he goes inside, hits, goes underneath. Now from here, if he goes down here, she stays down there, he's got an arm bar, take it right down to a belly. If she was to fight him and come back up, he's just gonna go with her momentum and finish off with a takeoff. So always remember, the attacker will always tell you where, when, how, and why. You got to be able to listen to him. To be able to listen to him, you got to train. You're not going to be able to read something just because you think something. You're going to be able to read something because you train at looking and hearing and seeing what it is you need to see. So let's look at those techniques one more time. All right, this way you can have a review. Number 1, a Soto Geri from a block. Okay, so he comes in block, a temi, takes it off balance from here, bang, takes it down. Number 2 attack, he's gonna come across the body with that hijikime arm bar. So he's gonna block, all right, block here, come around and strike. Number 3 attack, he's gonna put the arm bar and roll the person down into that Soto Geri. Block, strike, here, and sweep. Number 4 attack is kind of separated into 2 separate movements. He's going to do the block and the arm bar, and then he's going to go into the reverse kotegaeshi because he sees the second attacker. So from here, he blocks, he hits, he strikes, sees that second attacker, goes around back, and then from here extends the arm and takes the stick away. And the last one, he goes with the attack. We're going to pretend on this one the person's fighting us back, so we go into a technique called the Soto Geri. So he goes to the inside, attemis, from here hits, strikes, Soto Geri, and finishes the person off. Those are your basic self-defense against stick. Like I said earlier, American Jiu-Jitsu LI, it's our Facebook, it's our group, and it's our Gmail account. You can find all these video tips libraried on those links. AJJ Centers is our website, and that will give you all the Zoom code for all our virtual training. You hear some distracting noise in the background, they're doing some road construction, so we apologize about that. But listen, we make these videos for you to view and for you to enjoy. This is not about whose art's better than whose. This is about giving you content, making you understand. The big question I always get on Instagram is, what is American Jiu-Jitsu? Is it Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? No. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu starts with a B. American Jiu-Jitsu starts with an A. They're 2 different arts. They're wonderful. If they're teaching good philosophy, we love all martial arts. We're a combative style of Jiu-Jitsu, which doesn't make us better or worse, but I'm just defining who it is and what it is that we work. So sometimes people get it confused, but I've been doing this for 52 years, actually 51 years this year, and I trained in traditional Jiu-Jitsu and then evolved into what we have today as combative Jiu-Jitsu. So that's what it is, the long and short of it. We're not trying to be anything that we're not. We're just trying to be what it is that we are. We thank you for viewing. We know that openings are happening very quickly and soon. The dojo is ready. All we need is you. Keep on watching. Thank you, Kathy and Billy, for the support all the time. And guys, have a healthy and safe day. We'll see you soon. We'll see you on the next tape. Thank you.